Hello dear friends, I am Cory and happy Pride Month! Even though June is almost over and there are just a few days, but it is still the Pride Month. And of course I couldn't avoid doing something special for this month, which is a cause that is very dear to me. Originally I just wanted to paint a miniature and post it on my Instagram account. Link down in the description. But then I decided that doing this was not enough, and so I decided to also do a video for the Pride Month in which I am going to paint the miniature that I will then post in my Instagram account. And of course for this video I'm also going to paint a special miniature, because I thought that painting a classic Space Marine was kinda boring to me, so I decided to go with the faction that had a special place in my heart, which are Bretonnians. The dead faction of Bretonnians that you can't play anymore, but anyway, Bretonnian nonetheless. And it is going to be a Bretonnian Knight from the heroic fighters of the known war. You remember I have done an unboxing of that amazing set of miniatures. So without further ado, let's go to the hobby table and paint our Pride Bretonnian Knight. This is the miniature in question. I have primed it white and then I have painted black all of the metal parts of the model, so that it could be easier to base coat the metal paints on it. And of course I started with the metallic parts. In this case I've used Lead Belcher from Citadel. Then I have used Baldassar Gold for all the gold parts of the model, like the sword handle, and all of the gold parts scattered around the armor. And with a little bit of dryad bark, I have painted the belt around his waist. And after this, all the boring color are done. Now it's time for the fun part by using some more funny colors. I have started with a purple color from Vallejo, and I have painted the scarf around his head and around his waist. Then with the color Screamer Pink, I painted the top part of the helm of the armor. And now the most important part of our model, the LGBTQIA plus pride flag, which I'm going to paint in the tunic of the model. Before starting to actually paint in the entirety of the tunic, I decided to try and test all the proportion of the stripes of the flag on the base of the tunic, so that it could be easier to paint it for the rest of the model. And after I was happy with the proportion, I started painting all of the tunic, the front and the back, and also the crown part on top of his head. The model is amazing at the moment. All of these colors are incredibly funny to paint on a miniatures. But you know me, and it happens sometimes that I change my mind when I'm painting a miniature. And in this case, I've decided that the purple color of the scarf wasn't actually very good for this model, so I decided to change it in a sky blue color. In this case, I have used the color turquoise for Pro Acryl. And then I decided to paint the beast head on the top of his helm. In this case, I have used chainmail silver from Vallejo. Now I decided to change my way of painting this miniature. Basically, what I normally do is that after I've base coat the model, I shade the model and then I layer it and then I hedge highlight it. But in this case, I decided that I'm going to hedge highlight after the base coating, and then I'm going to wash it with a very super thin wash. And so I started by hedge highlighting all of the parts of the model except for the armor. I've done this by mixing a little bit of white with all of the previous color that I've used on this model. And now it was time to shade the model. I start with the armor and I have used the color Newell Noil from Citadel. Then for the gold parts of the model, I have used the color Reichland Flesh Shade. This is basically what I do every time that I have to shade metallics. Now for the beast head on top of the helm, I decided to dry brush it with the color Silver from Darkstar. Then all of the gold parts of the model, except for the scarves, I've used the color Fine Gold, also from Darkstar. And for the gold part of the scarf, I've used the color Classic Gold, also, again, from Darkstar. And this is the last color that I'm going to use from Darkstar, which is the color Graphite that I have used on the armor of the model. And now it's time to shade the model, as I previously said. I've just heavily stained all the wash that I'm using here with a 50-50 part of washed and Lamia medium. I find that this process is very quick and funny because, well, you are maintaining all of the edge highlighting and you're also shading the model. Basically, you are glazing with your shades, which is very quick as a process. It will save you a lot of time, and I think that I'm going to use this every time that I have to paint a model because the result is absolutely beautiful. For the eyes of the beast on the top of the helm, I decided to use a technical paint. In this case is Spirit Stone Red from Citadel. Oh, and of course, let's not forget about the shield. And after painting the base and gluing some static grass on it, our Bretonnian Knight is finally completed. In the end, I've decided to leave the shield as you see right now, because, well, I wasn't really sure what kind of decals should I put on it. And in the end, I decided that there wasn't a stronger symbol than the pride flag. Thank you very much, my friend. This is the end of the video. I hope you liked it, and I hope you liked the miniature that I have painted here. If you liked this video, please leave a like, subscribe, and let me know down in the comment what you think about the paint job in this Cory paint video. And also down in the description you will find the link for my Instagram account, so if you also want to follow me there, I would really appreciate that. Anyway, thank you very much, happy Pride Month, and I hope to see you in the next video.